All right, so let's talk about the table and getting all of that all set up. To answer your first question, the reason it was trying to move the way it was strictly because you were starting from the middle of a specific line of code, and it wasn't at that position, so it does a weird path travel to get to that position. We want to avoid that, so let me show you exactly how we do this. I'm just going to open up a profile here, and let's break it down. Waiting a second for all of this to kick on. Okay, for the table, I hit reset. Look at these shenanigans. My 0 point is always going to be in the bottom left-hand front corner of this machine. Oop, there we go. Bottom left-hand front corner of the machine is always going to be 0, 0, meaning that this the front of this plate here is the front. So if I go right, it goes right. If it goes left, it goes left, all with this as a basis. Similarly, if I go up on the keyboard, it moves away from me, and when I go down on the keyboard, it comes towards me. And that is the directionality of the table. If you need to change that, I can also send you a link to a video that shows you how to specifically change the directionality of it. In fact, I'm just going to include it in this video while I'm talking to you here. In order to change the direction, we need to go to Config, Ports and Pins, and this is all in Mach 3. Then we go down to motor outputs, and if we have something that's going the wrong direction, it's either going to be if it's up and down, so away from you or towards you, and it's opposite of what we just discussed, then you're going to go to DIR low active and select and change the Y and A axis, and that will allow you to reverse the direction of the motor. You can't do just one of them. You just have to make sure that both are swapped. They don't have to both look the same, they just both have to be swapped. So just make sure that that's what you've done, and you'll get your forward and back. Same thing, this is DIR low active, so you can change the x-axis, left is right, right is left, or vice versa. And then Z up and down, which is page up, page down, page up going up, page down going down. That you can adjust here under DIR low active for the Z-axis motor. All right, moving on. All right, so the other thing that we want to make sure is when we go to restart a code or rerun a code, we hit rewind. Hitting rewind allows us to put us back at the top of the code and run the code. We can start from the middle of a cut, but we have to do it typically during a G00 operation, as in start from a G00 operation, and I can show you how to do that. But that's not something we are running right now at this immediate moment. All right, moving on. One of the other things that you may want to adjust is on the Safe Z setup. And let me go back and do that because I know I moved way too fast. Config Safe Z setup. We're going to actually make sure that these two here are removed, because right now it's trying to do another operation that we are not going to run right now with this table. Because again, we don't have soft limits or limits on this machine because of the way that it's built. Okay. And I believe that is all we're going to run right now. So actually, you know what? I'm going to do one last thing here. I'm just going to load some G code here, and we're just going to go with the, let's go with the Saints. All right. I'm loading up a rather large bit of G code here. And in order for me to make this cut, I didn't realize. So I have my cut, it's sitting up over there. I move my table to the bottom left-hand corner of my sheet, about 1/8 of an inch off the material, because again, I prefer the system will zero itself out, but I just like putting it at 1/8 of an inch to start off the material. I zero my X, Y, and Z. There we go, 1, 2, 3, 0, X, Y, Z, regen toolpath, that's recenters. Whoop. It's gonna take a second because it's a lot of code. And it will recenter the image on that screen. Perfect. Okay, and then now I can hit cycle start and it will run. So I'm going to go cycle start and cycle start. It'll move to its first position. I'll hit stop. If I wanted to redo this entire process, if I wanted to start, I would have to go back to rewind so that it pulls it up back to the top of the code. So give that a shot, take a look, let me know if you have questions on that, and we'll go from there.